A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. Jesus said to the Jews, "Amen, amen, I say to you, whoever keeps my word will never see death." So the Jews said to him, "Now we are sure that you are possessed. Abraham died, as did the prophets, yet you say, whoever keeps my word will never taste death. Are you greater than our father Abraham who died, or the prophets who died? Who do you make yourself out to be?" Jesus answered, "If I glorify myself, my glory is worth nothing. But it is my Father who glorifies me, of whom you say he is our God. You do not know him, but I know him. And if I should say that I do not know him, I would be like you, a liar. But I do know him, and I keep his word. Abraham your father rejoiced to see my day. He saw it and was glad." So the Jews said to him, "You are not yet 50 years old, and you have seen Abraham?" Jesus said to them, "Amen, amen, I say to you, before Abraham came to be, I am." So they picked up stones to throw at him. But Jesus hid and went out of the temple area. The Gospel of the Lord. The story of Abraham, of course, is fundamentally the story of God's concern and remembrance of the relationship he marked the humankind with, and his willingness to win it back for them, despite their flippantly giving it up under Adam and Eve. And so the whole plan of salvation, the whole course of history, is focused to that reality of bringing back once again the possibility of a relationship, a unique relationship between father and child that exists between the people of Israel, now the new Israel, and God himself. And it all kind of focuses within the person of an Abraham who is in a particular moment to be a kind of a sign or a symbol of ultimate trust that here is a man 76 years old who accepts this sort of strange promise on the part of a God he does not know, in a voice he does not understand, that he will have a child and he will bear generations after him. He ends up leaving his household and his family and all the things that are part and parcel of his past and moves with those who are closest to him to a new place at the age of 76. And all of it just because the invitation was given and he had the courage and faith to say yes. The whole plan from that point on, of course, is to assure that that covenant relationship would continue. And ultimately comes to focus and fulfillment in the person of Jesus, who ends up being as the root of Jesse, as the one who comes forward and in turn as the offspring of David, the continuation of the promise and the pledge that had been given to Abraham. And then we see in the gospel today the continuation of John setting the stage for the crucifixion and the persecution of Jesus. How as he begins to show who he is before them, they just cannot accept the reality. They can't accept the idea or the truth. A couple days ago, we heard him use a couple times that term in capital letters, I am, which refers to the title which God gave himself in his encounter with Moses. And he uses it again here today, and specifically uses it in the context of a relationship with Abraham, and suggests that even before Abraham was, I am. It shouldn't surprise us, therefore, that they would take this all as blasphemy and begin kind of the root, if you will, of doing away with this false prophet as they believe him to be. Jesus, of course, and dying on that cross and being lifted up, as we heard the other day, takes care of all the sins that had occurred during the course of humankind, and all those will happen after. And because of that, he opens up again the gates of salvation. Not just to be given, it has to still somehow be earned by our lives and by our witness, but nevertheless, the opportunity is there, and God invites each of us to be part of that journey. In these final days, then, in preparation for the celebration of the Triduum, let's be mindful of the constant ways that God keeps trying to show himself to us, keeps trying to put us back on the right path and focus us into the right direction. To realize that sometimes it's in those little ways, through people in our lives, through events that occur within our own experience, that God speaks very loudly to us as to how he still calls each of us to be in relationship with him, to have a covenant,